So we had a winner. Bury Me Alive, I think, or Bury Me in a Coffin. I don't remember. I feel bad, but yeah, some young lady, she won it. So it was really cool. So yeah, the concept was just, I thought about it. I kind of wanted to keep the same brand, something that could be cool and practical that people could use. I didn't want to give them something that they're never going to use. Like, I want to do something that they can put to use.
Okay, yeah, I definitely like that. Yeah, because I seen that and was definitely excited about that when I seen that, because I know most artists that I see, a lot of people will be like, okay, well, hey, let me give out, let's have do a contest, and somebody will get my album early, a week or two early or something. But I definitely like the idea, the shoe idea, because people gotta wear shoes every day anyhow. So so that's definitely a good thing. Let's get into this. I guess for you, when it comes to, when it comes to production, for you, how do you normally go about deciding what your production is gonna be, like who you're gonna use, or exactly what production-wise you're gonna go with?
Yeah. I definitely think one of the coolest things is the South Florida. We have an amazing variety of producers. Some of them that you guys have never heard about, and some of them that are widely known. G-Rock, G-Styles, those guys. Ray King, Anthony Rose, etc. The list can go on. But G-Rock was feeding me tracks at the time. We were kind of sending each other, ideas, and this is what I want to do. This is the lane that I want to shoot with this album. This is kind of what I'm thinking about doing. And he wrote me back, and he would send back the tracks, and then I would go over there and sit down with him in the studio and just kind of give some ideas. Hey, this is what I'm thinking about. Like, I think that we should do this with our record, or I think that we should change this. And she just went in there, and he's an animal. You barely got to tell him anything, and G-Rock will go there and just start moving. Just start moving it around and making it sound good. So at the end of the day, it was that. Some of the concepts were burst out of that. Like, I would hear a record and I would feel like, okay, this is kind of where I want to go with this. Hey, G, I want to do something where I could express this. I went ahead and shot it really quick, really fast. I had some other records from Ray King, which we will be releasing in the future, that we didn't put on the album. And then Smash. Smash is a good friend of mine. Known the kids for years, way before even Home. Like, some of his records were supposed to be on Home, and he just came in and he would just send me records, like flooding it, and just flood my inbox and be like, look, Cheno, get this, get this, get this, get this. And I would listen to it, and some of them I picked out, the ones that I liked it, and just went back and forth with him, change this, I want to do this. And basically the records were just beats, and send them over to Ray King, and Ray King just put magic on them, man, and just added the final little touches on each one of them, and just really mixed them into my vocals and whatever features we had, and made it sound like magic. But yeah, that's pretty much how I do it.
Word. Okay, man. Let's get into this too. I had a couple people that wanted to see about this one as well, because I asked around, a couple of listeners and fans and stuff like that. So I asked a couple people kind of see what they wanted to know as well. I did have somebody that wanted me to ask and wanted to find out for you, like for outside of the Florida camp, and anybody else who you've had gotten a chance to with this album to work with. Who is somebody that maybe that you ain't had a chance to work with yet, that you might possibly want to work with in the future if given a chance?
Who is someone that I might want to work with? Hillsong. That was random, wasn't it?
I see a couple people mention that. Not to say that Hillsong doesn't do great stuff already as it is. I love their music, but that would be cool though too, to see them do a little bit something different.
would love to. Well, some of the stuff that they're doing now, United, is more, it's not weird sounding. Obviously, they're adding effects and different things to their music now. Obviously, it's not pop by far. It's still, their own little lane, but definitely. That's a tough one. One of my biggest inspiration on the album is pretty much the only name on the album that I got was Petty. He was, one of the guys that I definitely had to get on there that I love. There's just a wide range of them. To be honest, I'm not like, oh my God, I need to record with this person. Like, it would be amazing. Crap, bro. You put me in a tough one. I've never been asked that question.
I've had a couple of artists that I've asked that people always ask. People always want to know. And that seems to stump a lot of people. I mean, normally it will take them a couple of minutes to think of an answer for that one. So I figured that one may stump me.
I have a lot of people that I respect and I admire in and out of our genre that are amazing. I would love to work with them. But yeah, I couldn't give you an exact answer. Like a dream though, like who I would love. Oh, I give you perfect person. This is way random. Also, one of my biggest inspiration, business-wise, obviously not musically, but just on his strategy and how he entered the music arena, is Kirk Franklin. I think that would be like a cool feature to do something with him. Kirk, Hillsong, I know, way random. I don't. Yeah. So many.
Yeah, kind of random, but I definitely could see something like that. I mean, Kirk stuff. Has been doing a little bit of, at least recently. Been venturing out and doing a little bit of some different stuff. He's got, I think he's got, if I'm not mistaken, he's got something with Lecrae now too. So he's venturing out and doing some things, doing a little out of the norm stuff. So you never know. That would definitely be cool to see that, that come up and actually come into fruition and work out. Somebody was asking me on this one too. Somebody wanted to know. I guess this one was a up and coming artist that's working on an album now. They were asking, at least for you and your opinion on this. What is really the best way to go about like trying to reach out to some of the bigger artists? Because I think they were mentioning that they're a lot of the artists that they've reached out to haven't really responded or don't say anything. They feel like that they were saying, maybe it may be because I'm newer or something, and so they don't they're not seeing me or whatever. But they were just wondering, at least your opinion wise, like what's the best way to really reach out to somebody if you're wanting to get a hold of them, like feature wise, or just chop it up with them and just try to gain knowledge kind of stuff.
Yeah, I think this is one of the handicaps that we have in Christian hip hop. We tend to put this Christian hip hop thing, and you look at Christian hip hop through it's a magnifying glass, a microscope. Basically, everything looks like it's right in front of you, and you think that everything is attainable, and you can do these things so easily, and it's like, oh man, and I can just, it's a microscope. Everything looks so big and like it's right in front of you, and it's 3D, but in actuality, it's not. It's pretty far away, and some of these artists, they have thousands of followers that are constantly messaging them and mentioning them on Twitter, and very few probably can go down their line and sit there and answer every single question, and you can get lost in that. Social networks make you think that you're right there. Websites, Christian hip hop websites, make you think that they're right there, they're attainable. If I click something, I can have a direct conversation with them. And if you step back, you could think that it's right there, but it's really just relationship, man. If at the end of the day, you want to watch and you want to study and you want to learn from somebody, you can do that from afar and watch what they're doing. Or at the same time, you can begin to do it with other people that are not that exact artist and start just researching. I think at the end of the day, if God wants you to meet that person and you want to learn from that person, then that's a different story. Not being creep and walking up to the person and like, hey man, I want to meet you and do these things. But a lot of those artists are available when you go to like Flavor Fest, a Legacy Conference, things like that. You can actually meet these artists and kind of just talk to them a little bit. Obviously, you're talking about time that they have in different artists that are coming and trying to divide for the same time. But, you know, even in the secular market, it's like, cool. You know, like, I want to meet Lil Wayne, and I want to talk to Lil Wayne. That's not just going to happen. Obviously, we're not talking about the same degree of, you know, of popularity. It's not there, obviously, but still. There are a lot of artists that you can talk to, and there are a lot of artists that are just doing their thing. And some of them just ignorant, and they just want to play dumb and act like they can't talk to you when they got 2,000 Twitter followers. That's a whole different ballpark and a whole different conversation. But then some of them, it just, you could think in Christian hip hop, it's like, well, they're right there, like they're at my fingertips. I can talk to them, they can respond to me. But some of these dudes got lives, they got family, they got friends. You know what I'm saying? They got time that they gotta live. That, you know, the 5 minutes that they spend on their fingertips, on their phone, on Twitter, that doesn't translate to real life. That's just something quick that they do to keep their fans, you know, keep them close, etc., etc. But yeah, man, a relationship like that can be developed. Obviously, just, you know, keep grinding, doing your work, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, keep learning. There's books, there's plenty of people that you can talk to that are not famous people with a microphone in their hand, that would love to have conversation. And then these conferences, man, take advantage of them. Flavor Fest, they have amazing panels, they have amazing workshops. Like, you want to learn, sit there and figure those out. Sit down and take some notes and these. Spend, you know, the $99 to be able to pay your ticket. And if it's $200 for you to jump on a plane, $300, jump on a plane and spend your $400 to be able to get there and eat. Like, if you really want to take this serious, invest in yourself. If you meet your artist that you always wanted to talk to, he'll be there. You sit there and you have a conversation with him. Hey, bro, what's up? How are you? Hey, man, I've been trying to meet you for this, and, you know, I want to ask you this question and this question and this question. But there are always places that you can learn from, and it doesn't have to be from a high celebrity artist, quote unquote. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that definitely makes sense, and I definitely agree with that. Also, I guess I got two or three more questions that a couple different people, couple random things, other random things. People were wanting to get in and really, you know, really know. I guess you kind of answered this one earlier, to an extent. I guess for you, I guess like when you are, you know, when you're, you know, really listening to music, or you want to get hyped, you know, before you're in, you know, go to a show, or before you're about to, you know, jump on stage or something. Like, for you, what, you know, whose music really, like, you know, and it could be, you know, any genre that really just, you know, gets you in the zone and just really gets you ready to, like, jump out and go on stage, or get you to do, you know, whatever it is you may be getting ready to do.
Oh, I don't really, yeah, like, before a show, you're asking me?
Yeah, because I know some artists that I've asked, some people will be like, oh, well, yo, I'll listen to this, and this will get me hyped. This will get me hyped, you know, before I jump on stage, or I'm listening to this before I get on stage, or whatever.
Well, definitely when I'm on stage, I can speak for myself. I can't speak for every artist, but I'm pretty much getting hyped and getting on stage trying to remember my lyrics. And I'm going over the song in my head, and I'm trying to get up every single part that I want to get down in my head, and that's where I'm at. Obviously, you know, as far as being a Christian artist, you're praying and you're receiving that from the Holy Ghost, and that's not a Jesus juke or some lame throw off to answer the question. But you definitely draw that from the Holy Spirit, and you're excited to see what God is going to do when you get out there, and you want to be able to communicate a direct thought to them. So I'm pretty much trying to align my mind until, you know, this is what I want to say, this is what I want to communicate. So when I say this, I want to do this and da da da. My brain is like thinking, okay, I'm ready, and I'm focused